Happy Friday on a nice 5-0 run. Let's talk some more baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and that's right, we are back after one day off. We got a full 15-game slate, pennant races heating up in the MLB, including my Seattle Mariners tied with the Astros for the AL West lead as they start their 3-game series this weekend. I will be stressing out all weekend. But quick reminder, NFL Week 3 Best Game Bets video, it is out now. We put a ton of work into it. We have a lot of info and trends in there for you for Week 3. Give out some leans. Those are 8-1 so far this year. And then my 4 best game bets. If you're looking for NFL player props and anytime touchdowns, that video will be out Friday night like usual. So, quick reminder, the website is officially live, as I've mentioned before, justabetoutside.com. There are a ton of premium betting tools. I want to make a website that helps you guys out. All the info is in a 10-minute video pinned to our YouTube page. You get instant results. No need for spreadsheets, things like that. End-of-year tax help. Access to 250-plus sports books. You can link to your accounts so you can see all the odds across every book on all the sports. And we're working every day to improve the website, and we're hoping to do some betting contests soon as well. You can join the community page. It's completely free. In fact, just sign up for free, and you can see my bets that I post on there. That's where I post them first. And then if you want to use the premium betting tools, it's $9.99 a month. But you can use the coupon code JABOLAUNCH, and you get 1 free month. So let's get into it. By the way, that link is below in the description. But I got a dad joke for you to end the week. So here we go. I've been saying mucho to my Mexican friends lately. It means a lot to them. In this video, we're going to recap Wednesday and Thursday and then go over the good and bad hitter matchups today, the best pitcher strikeout matchups, the entire pitcher report, and then, of course, we will finish it with the best bets and the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Come join this great community we have here. But let's get it rolling. And that means it's recap time. There it is, 5-0 in the last 2 days, and I badly needed it. Yankees team total over 3.5, Giants over 2.5. Yanks got the job done after they broke my heart a few days ago. Giants team total, that was just all luck. Maybe I was getting some good luck finally, but they had 0 runs after 9 innings. I needed extras. They got 5. Orioles on the money line, a boring dead game, but they won 3-1. I watched most of it. Diaz and Olsen, 1+ hit each. They got it done in their first at-bat each. And then we moved to Thursday. I got a 1-unit play. Brewers -1. Got off to a slow start, but then really poured it on late. Gotta love to see that. And then I sweated out this one after I already sweat out the Bills team total on Thursday Night Football. Logan Webb under 5.5 Ks. He had 103 pitches. It was on his last batter. He had 5 Ks. And I think it was Rojas. Lined out to center. Did not get a 6. We get another winner. So again, 5-0. Huge. Needed that. Now down to 7.5 units. Obviously, it's been an up and down season, to say the least. But nice to try to finish strong. Went 5-0 in the last 2 days. Let's make it another sweep on Friday. So that's what I got for the recap. Now let's talk the hitter matchups. All right, we got a lot of good hitter matchups for you. This is page 1. Start with Salvi Perez, 12 for 34 with 3 Jimmy Jacks off of Scherzer. You see some big names up here. Jose Ramirez off Pablo Escobar. Julio Rodriguez, 7 for 21 off Hunter Brown. Ian Happ, Freddie Freeman, 6 for 20 off Robbie Ray. Quan, 7 for 17 off Escobar. And then over there on the right side, you got Bryce Terang and a lot of Brewers. I mean, Terang, Ortiz, Vaughn, Churio, Contreras, all hitting well off Sonny Gray. And then Brian Reynolds finishes it off at 5 for 10 against Severino. So that's what we got for page 1. Take a screenshot. Let's check out page 2. O'Neal Cruz, 4 for 9. Christian Walker with a home run, 4 for 8 off Brian Wu. Harper, 3 for 8. And Matt Chapman, 3 for 8 off of Kershaw. That's what we got for the good hitter matchups. Now let's take a look at the bad hitter matchups. Not as many, just 10 of them. Cal Raleigh, 3 for 17 with 6 Ks versus Hunter Brown. Hopefully that's not the case today, but Sal Frelick, Brewer, 2 for 14, 4 Ks. And you see Luke Raley for the Mariners, not a big part of our offense, but 0 for 11, 7 Ks. And that's what we got for the good and bad hitter matchups. Now, let's talk some Ks. All right, we got 4 good pitcher strikeout matchups, and we start with the lefty, the man, the myth, the legend, Trevor Rogers versus the Yankees. Yankees, 4th highest K rate versus lefties, 27.5%. Rogers, almost a K per inning. He does now have 6+ Ks on 7 of his last 8 starts. Slightly higher K rate at home and a much higher K rate versus lefties. Garrett Crochet at the Rays. Rays, 12th highest K rate versus lefties, 23.5%. Crochet is an absolute beast. 240 Ks and 191.1 innings. He has 10 or more strikeouts in 3 of the last 5. Higher K rate on the road as well, but great everywhere. Higher K rate versus righties, but not a huge difference. He had 9 Ks in a complete game shutout, 9 innings versus the Rays back on July 12th. So that's what we got for page 1. Now let's check out page 2. And we got Dylan Cease at the White Sox. Chicago, 4th highest K rate versus righties last 3 weeks, around 27%. Cease is another monster, 201 Ks already this year. He has 6 or more Ks in 6 of his last 9 starts. He does have a lower K rate on the road, but again, we're talking still at 28%. And a higher K rate versus righties, not a big difference there either. And then the Miz, Jacob Mizorowski at the Cardinals. St. Louis, 4th highest K rate versus righties last 3 weeks at around 27%. Tied with the White Sox, as you see there. Miz, 81 Ks in 60 innings this year. Since his return, he has 31 Ks in 25.1 innings. Lower K rate on the road, but again, still 29.5%. Much higher K rate versus lefties, 40.8% compared to 24.8 versus righties. So he dominates lefties. But he did just face the Cardinals in his last start. Only had 4 Ks in 5 innings. Seeing the lineup for the second time, I've seen results where it's advantage pitcher, advantage hitters. We will find out. But that's what we got for the pitcher strikeout matchups. Now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, here are the first 8 matchups of the day. All the averages are on the bottom. We like to give this out every single day. I did not have time to make a ton of little notes for every single pitcher with the NFL video and everything, but here are all the numbers. We got Imanaga versus Lodolo. Both having solid seasons, as you can see there. Identical ERAs, great command, identical walk rates, pretty even, actually. Lodolo not giving up as many home runs, but Severino for the A's against the Pirates. As you guys know, Severino's been much, much better on the road compared to being in Sacramento. He has been a little bit better in Sacramento lately, but still, it's a big home road splits there. Bryce Elder versus Charlie Morton. Elder's somehow figured it out in the last month of the year. I'm not exactly sure how, but he has. But these guys, again, have similar numbers. As you can see, 5.56 ERA. Not two guys that miss a lot of bats, but Charlie Morton, has some walk issues. Both give up a lot of hits. Will Warren versus Trevor Rogers. Rogers has been absolutely elite. I mean, this is insane. He has now pitched 100 innings this season, and he has a 1.43 ERA, a .89 WHIP. This guy is unbelievable. Barely giving up any home runs. 0.27 home runs per 9. It's crazy. But TBD versus Washington against Sproat of the Mets. Just a youngster. He's pitched decent so far. Average K rate, average kind of all around. No pitcher yet listed for the Nationals. And then Crochet versus Rasmussen. Crochet, we know. I mean, just elite. 31.5% K rate with an amazing command at 5.6%. He had a few starts where he's gotten hit up a little bit, but he's as good as it gets. And then Rasmussen, something to keep an eye on is his pitch count maybe being lower this one as they're winding down. Their season's about over. He's a guy who's already over his innings limits, dealt with some injuries, so just something to think about. Scherzer versus Lorenzen. Scherzer's doing fine, especially at his age. I mean, having an average season overall. Giving up some home runs, though, as you see, 1.82 hit home runs per 9. And then Lorenzen has not been very good, let's be honest. 5.13 expected ERA, a below average K rate, and giving up about 10 hits per 9 innings. So we end page 1 with Dylan Cease against Martin Perez. Or sorry, not Martin Perez, Davis Martin. But Dylan Cease is a guy who, like we've talked about many times before, he can miss a lot of bats. He can throw a 7-inning gem, and he can also get hit for 8 hits and 4 earned runs in 4 innings. So Davis Martin, though, has been kind of hit and miss. 5 expected ERA. Another guy who just does not miss many bats at all. So that's what we got for page 1. Let's take a look at page 2 now, and we got a bunch of junk against Tyler Mahle. Jansen Junk, a guy who struggles with lefties, but elite command, 3.2% walk rate, giving up a lot of hits, that's for sure. He had a good start to the year, and he's been struggling for the second half of the year. Tyler Mahle has not pitched a lot this year, as you guys can tell. 18.2% K rate, 8.8% walk rate, just 77 innings as the Rangers try to cling on to a playoff spot as it's fading. But Ferris versus Blaylock. Ferris is an Angels guy who just is not very good. Let's be honest. 4.80 ERA, only 15 innings, struggled in the minors, 11.1% walk rate. Blaylock for the Rockies, you guys know. He wears a Colorado jersey. And then how about this? The game of the day, the pitching matchup of the day, Brian Wu versus Hunter Brown. This is going to be a game, guys. This will have playoff atmosphere. 2 of the best pitchers in major leagues. I am jacked up, ready to go. That should be a good one. Then Parker Messick versus Pablo Escobar Lopez. Messick, He's been good. Obviously, 1.84 ERA. I tailed him one time on his only bad start. He's given up some hits, though. As you can see, a 3.07 expected ERA. He's due for a little negative regression, not surprising. But Pablo Lopez trying to work his way back a little bit. He's been pretty good this year, as per usual. And also, I do want to say the Twins have been crushing lefties. So take that for what it is. But Mizorowski versus Gray. We're going to talk about this one a little bit later. And then Taijuan Walker versus Ryan Nelson. Walker he just gives up a lot of runs. I mean, he's given up 3 to 4 earned runs like every start right now. Probably be a bullpen guy maybe in the playoffs. We will find out. But Ryan Nelson been pretty solid when he's able to be on the mound. 6.8% walk rate. Doesn't miss a lot of bats, but doesn't give up a lot of hits either. And then we end it with a pair of lefties, Robbie Ray versus the Hall of Famer Clayton Kershaw. Ray's been solid. He really has. Not an extreme 30% K rate like we've seen in the past or anything like that. His walk rate's been okay for him at least. But this is a great matchup. Kershaw, I mean, at his age with all the injuries, 3.5 ERA, it's pretty impressive. But again, he's not missing many bats like he used to. So that's what we got for the full 15-game pitcher report. Now it's time for the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to St. Louis, where the Cardinals host the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers on the money line, -121. Cardinals money line, -101, with a total of 7.5 runs. I got a one-unit play, and it's on the same team, but we're doing a team total. Give me the Brewers team total over 3.5 at -135 on DraftKings. Yes, it's juicy, but this line should not be 3.5. So let's talk about it. Sonny Gray. He's had an average season. I think he's getting priced sometimes as if he's a Sonny Gray of old. In his last 6 starts, he's given up 22 earned runs and 35 hits in just 33.1 innings. Also has 14 walks in that span. He's a hit per inning kind of guy. Also, the Brewers just saw him in his last start. He gave up 2 earned runs in 5 innings. Again, even if he does that, 2 earned runs in 5, I like my chances for the Brewers to get 2 more off of this bullpen. But Sonny Gray has actually faced the Brewers 3 times already this season. That's right. This will be the 4th time the Brewers have seen him. What has Sonny Gray done against him? How about 11 earned runs and 15.1 innings against Milwaukee? He has mightily struggled. Brewers offense, honestly, it's unusual to see a 3.5 team total line when you're the road team, you're a top 5 offense, and you're facing an average starting pitcher, especially one that you've already seen 3 times and hit pretty well. But versus righties last 3 weeks, 6th highest WRC plus and OPS, 3rd highest batting average, 7th highest slugging. You guys get it. This is a deep lineup. It's the number 1 team in the NL for a reason. And you saw the hitters earlier versus Gray. Turang, Vaughn, Churio, and Contreras are combined 18 for 53 off Sonny Gray, hitting .339. They have gone over this line of 3.5 in all 3 games they faced Sonny Gray, whether it's off of him and the bullpen or just off of him. They have dominated this Cardinals bullpen as well, and they're pretty weak. They're weaker than normal after the trade deadline and all that, especially. So Brewers still playing for the top seed and home field advantage throughout the playoffs, so I expect their best effort. 9 guaranteed at bats like we talked about. Give me the Brewers team total over 3.5 for 1 unit as my first best bet. All right, we head out to Camden Yards where the Orioles host the New York Yankees. Yanks on the money line -121. Orioles money line -101 with a total of 9 runs. I'm going back to a guy we've tailed a few times this year. And in fact, recently we cashed this exact same bet. Give me Trevor Rogers over 5.5 Ks at -104 on FanDuel. Half unit play for me here. We talked about this, the pitcher K matchup. 6+ Ks now and 7 of the last 8. That's right. This man has gone over this in 7 of his last 8 starts. It's been automatic. So Rogers, he's gone deep into games, and that's why you love to see that. So he's gone 7+ innings in 6 of his last 9 starts. Asking for 6 Ks and 6 to 7 innings of work is really not asking a lot for a guy like him. Last start, you notice he only threw 79 pitches. He left with a blister on his toe. He's fine. All the reports say he's good to go. He's ready to roll. And even in that, he only went 5 innings against Toronto. He had 6 Ks versus Toronto. If you don't know, that is a super low strikeout team. He has a high 13.5% swinging strike rate this year, higher K rate at home, as you saw earlier, and now he is facing the Spankies. 4th highest K rate versus lefties in the last 3 weeks. A great matchup for Rogers. Wells, Stanton, Caballero, Chisholm, McMahon, Rice, Volpe, Dominguez, and Trent Grisham all have over a 24% K rate versus lefties. Thank you, Outlier, by the way. You got to check it out. Go click that link below. But recent lefties versus the Yankees, Povich, 5 Ks in 5 innings. Crochet, 12 Ks in 6 innings. Framber, 8 Ks in 5 innings. Martin Perez, 7 Ks in 6 innings. Gore, 3 Ks in 5 innings. The only one under. And Crochet, again, 11 Ks in 7 innings. Yes, Framber and Martin Perez both cruised over this line. K. Povich had 1 K per inning, which, again, is all we're asking for from Rogers. I think this should be like +105, +110 at 6.5, or maybe even money at 6.5. So the fact that it's playable at 5.5, I would gladly take it. So give me Mr. Rogers' neighborhood over 5.5 Ks as my second best bet. All right, this third one takes us out to Queens, where the Mets host the Washington Nationals. Mets on the money line minus 208, Nats on the money line plus 168 with a total of 8.5 runs. We're going with the pitcher prop. Give me Brandon Sproat. I think that's how you say it. Over 4.5 Ks plus 105 on Bet 365. Half unit play for me here. We're taking a chance. That's no other way to put it. He's a rookie. He's made 2 starts only. He had 7 Ks in 6 innings versus the Reds, 3 Ks versus Texas in 6 innings. So not a great game last game. Rangers are a low strikeout team right now versus righties. This guy doesn't get a ton of whiffs. So I'm not going to sit here and say this guy's just missing bats left and right or anything. He's a strike thrower, excellent command, and goes deep into games. It might be one of those boring, 5 Ks in 6 innings kind of thing, but he's a 1 K per inning guy in the minor leagues. He's gone 6 innings in both games to start his career. You like to see that because he's got great command. It usually lets him go deeper into games, which gives us more of a chance. And I really don't think 5 Ks in 6 innings is like a huge ask of him versus the Nationals. Let's talk about the Nats. 9th highest K rate versus righties in the last 3 weeks, but that's pretty bad considering they haven't faced like the highest of strikeout pitchers. But last 6 righties versus the Nats, Hurston Waldrop, 8 Ks in 5 innings. Spencer Strider, who's not a K guy anymore, or at least this year, 6 Ks in 7 innings. Mike Burrows, 6 Ks in 4.1 innings. Bubba Chandler, the rookie, 7 Ks in 6 innings. Mitch Keller, 4 and 5.1. Yuri Perez, 7 and 5.2. 5 of the last 6 righties have gone under. Like I said, this one may not be pretty, but I really don't think 5 and probably 6 innings I think he goes. I thought about his over 15.5 outs too. I don't know if he is on a little bit of a pitch count or not. But either way, I think he gets the job done. A lot of this is the Nationals offense looks like they're ready for the offseason. They got a lot of swing and miss in that lineup. They have not seen him before, obviously, this only being his 3rd start. So I think he has an advantage here. Give me Sprout over 4.5 Ks. That is my 3rd and final best bet on the video. Again, any added plays will be in the pinned comments below on X, Discord, website. You know the drill. But before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. My 3 best bets so far. Brewers, team total over 3.5 for a unit. Trevor Rogers over 5.5 Ks for a half unit. And then Brandon Sproat over 4.5 Ks at plus money for a half unit. Again, any added plays will be in the pinned comments below. But thank you guys for watching and supporting all MLB season long. Be sure to go check out NFL Week 3 Best Bets video out now. And the player props video will be out Friday night. So, hope you guys have a great Friday. And we'll talk to you soon.